Hello and welcome to the Einstein level of, oh no, I have to change the recipe. Congratulations on making it this far. This is a very difficult level. If you need these tips, I hope you find them useful in helping you to solve the problems. Remember, you can fast forward to any part of this video that you need and rewind or pause as often as you need to. Let's look at number 1. A recipe for 50 banana cookies uses 1.5 pounds of bananas. How many pounds of bananas would you need if you wanted to make 75 banana cookies? So what I notice is that I'm going from 50 banana cookies to 75. And I know that 50 plus 25 is 75. So I'm needing to make 25 more cookies. I also know that 25 is half of 50. So if 50 banana cookies needs 1.5 pounds of bananas, I need to figure out what half of that is and then add it to the 1.5. If I look at my fraction pieces, and I apologize because my pieces are different color than yours, but 50 cookies require 1.5 pounds of bananas, 1.5. So if I want to cut that in half to figure out what 25 cookies would need, I literally would just draw a line down the middle. So half of a whole, that'd be 1/2. Half of a half would be 1/4. If I add a half to a 1/4, I get 3/4. So that tells me that 25 cookies would need 3/4 pounds of bananas. So now I'm going to take that 3/4 and I need to add it to the 1.5 pounds. And that will tell me how many pounds of bananas I need for 75 cookies. See if you can figure that out. Let's look at number 2. A box of shredded wheat will last 12 days for 3 people. How long will it last for 4 people? I like to draw a picture for this type of problem. So if I have 3 people, person 1, person 2, person 3. And the problem's telling me it will last each of those people 12 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So each circle represents a day. I can do the same thing here. And the same thing for person 3. Feel free to do this on your paper. Okay, so that means that this box of shredded wheat will last 1 person all of these days. Okay, so I have 3 rows of 12, so 3 times 12 is 36. So that means that this box of shredded wheat will last 1 person 36 days. Now, my question is asking how long will it last 4 people? So I need to take those 36 days and divide it by 4 people to see how many days that box will last. Let's try the next one. Oh, and there is a typo here. Notice that number 2 repeats. You can change that to number 3. If 20 people need 10 gallons of milk per week, how many people would 2.5 gallons of milk serve for a week? So 20 people need 10 gallons of milk. Okay, I want to figure out how many people 2.5 gallons would serve in that week. So I have to look at 10 going down to 2.5. How many 2.5s are there in 10? Well, I know that 2.5 plus 2.5 equals 5. And I know that there's 2 5s in 10, so that means that there's 4 2.5s in 10. If I add 2.5 4 times, I would get 10. That tells me that 2.5 is 1/4 of 10. So this would serve 1/4 the amount of people. So 1/4 of 20 people. So 1 out of every 4, I have 20 people. If I divide that by 4, what do I get? Number 4. Ben found a recipe for 40 pancakes that called for 10 eggs. If Ben only wants to make 5 pancakes, how many eggs should he use? So we are going down from 40 pancakes to 5. So kind of like in the previous problem when I had to figure out how many 2.5s are in 10, I need to figure out how many 5s are in 40. So if I count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, I'm sorry, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, I know that there are 8 5s in 40. So that means that I'm making 1/8 the amount of pancakes. So I need 1/8 the amount of eggs. So I need to figure out what is 1/8 of 10. That's really tricky. So let's draw my 10 eggs. So if I were to divide every egg into eighths and take one of them, how many eighths would I have? I'd have 1/8 from each egg. An eighth here, eighth here, eighth here, all the way through. So I would have 10 eighths. Can you figure out what 10 eighths is equal to? It's equal to a whole and something. See if you can figure that out. If you can't, no big deal. Number 5. While Eric was making a cake, he put 5 cups of flour into the mixing bowl instead of 4 cups that the recipe called for. Now he has to change all the other amounts in the recipe. What are the new amounts? So he went from 4 cups to 5 cups. He added a cup. We cannot just add a cup to each ingredient because that would not be proportional. We have to look at what fraction did he add. 1 cup is 1/4 of 4 cups. So he added a 1/4 more to get the 5. So we have to add a 1/4 more of each of these. So 1 cup, what's a 1/4 of 1? Well, a 1/4 of 1 is 1/4. So I have to add 1 plus 1/4 to get my new amount. What's a 1/4 of 2? Well, if 1/4 of 1 is 1/4, 1/4 of 2 would be 2/4. Some of you know that 2/4 is also, let's see here, 2/4 is also equal to what? It's equal to a half, okay? So I could also call that a half. So now I have to take my 2 cups plus either my 2/4 or my 1/2 to figure out how many cups of oats I would need. I hope you found these tips helpful. Let me know if there's anything you'd like me to go over again, and good luck.